Okay. 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 In case you haven't noticed, our word for today is okay. It's, okay. 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 I'll tell you why in a minute. What I need you to do right now is, you're in a chair. Just lean forward, scooch forward on your butt for me. I know it's kind of close quarters, but needs must. Just scooch forward for me so your back is parallel to the chair. Just parallel to the back of the chair there, yep. So you're not leaning back on it. So you're comfortable, you can feel your spine, yep, comfortable, but you can still feel your spine, you're aware of your body. Just maybe tilt your coccyx a little bit forward. Just imagine like there's a string attached to the very top of your skull here, and it's being very gently pulled by like a shinigami or some shit. Like it's being very gently pulled so that your head is coming backwards and your chin is falling into your chest. Good. Now take your right hand and cup it. Take your left hand and cup it. Put your left and your right and place them down in your lap. You can come back to this later when you're lying down, maybe. When you're lying down, make a fist in your right hand. Close it like rock meets paper. And put your thumb into the middle of the paper. Then put it down over your chest. The purpose of this is we want to get you using your diaphragm to breathe. The purpose of why you're sitting very, very close to me in a chair is because I want access to your waist. If you just put your elbows out like that. Thank you. Is it alright for me to touch you? Yes, I know you've already given permission, but I just want to check. If you feel uncomfortable at any time, just tell me. We'll try something else. You good for me to go? Good. I'm just gonna place my hands, excuse me, just above your hip bones here, just above your coccyx. And my thumbs are gonna go just around your stomach here, just so they're just before your navel. So you've got this little triangle here. Usually in Reiki sessions, we treat the abdomen going like this, like a doctor might. But this is like a shower of energy. A shower of energy. The triangle I'm using here, I forget my cold hands, I'm so sorry. The triangle I'm using here, or should I say pyramid, is more like a bath. A gentle bath of energy. Extending through your solar plexus, which we'll be working on today. Coming up to a tip, a nice tip at your diaphragm. I'm going to put that energy into you now, okay? Okay. I'm going to put that energy into you now. It starts off with a very burnt orange at the base, then rises shade by shade, lighter and lighter in a pyramid shape, coming to this gorgeous, golden, bright golden garnish at the tip where your diaphragm sits. And breathe, take a deep breath in and out. The ground beneath you. And another deep breath in. For the seas around you. And another deep breath in. For the skies above you. feeling that deep burnt orange rising into a pale yellow, into a golden tip. It's just another tequila sunrise, staring softly across the sky. Sorry. Putting this pyramid energy into you now to soothe you. To soothe you. To soothe you. Now, the seed syllable for the solar plexus, which we're working on now, is Ram. Just like the seed syllable for the third eye is the ever-present Om. And it's been that way for some several thousand years. But it's the 21st century now. Poles have shifted, mountains have risen and sunk. Maybe it's time for a little change, maybe a little twitch on the cup on the Ouija board. Maybe it's not Om or Ram. Maybe it's just for the 21st century in the West. Okay. 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 This is okay. I am okay. I'm going to put some symbols into you. Just don't worry about them. Good. Very good. For a little background, this began initially as a little exercise for a friend of mine who had been called up for jury duty, which happens a lot in this country. It's been a shit show ever since COVID. They've got this little algorithm that goes through the electoral register, picks out certain folk and sends out mail to them. This particular person had about 5 letters in the space of about 4 years calling them up for jury service, and then it blue balls them for months on hand, saying that this is the date. And then when the date finally arrives, you're supposed to call up at like 5 p.m. just before you're due to be called in. No, we don't need you anymore. We don't need you anymore. But you have to put your whole life on. You have to make plans for childcare, for cover of work, for all these sorts of things. It's very, very disruptive. And my friend was very, very anxious. Every time she was called up, these 5 times, she was very, very anxious. And it's not very reassuring, the phrasing they use in these letters, that you have to do your civic duty. Who the fuck cares about your civic duty? But nevertheless, we rode with it. We're going to try and make the best. We're going to try and make the best of it, because she was very anxious, and the anxiety usually begins here, at your throat, chakra, where your communication lies. All these thoughts, how you present yourself to the world, how you're properly speaking, how you're articulating your thoughts. As always, it's the people upstairs who make the most trouble, while the solar plexus down here, actually lends itself to quite a lot. It's the little honeypot of self-authenticity. And what with the elections coming up in the next few days in the old US of A, I thought it might be appropriate to share it with you, this little exercise here, this little energy into the solar plexus. So, to help with this, I have my good friend Citrine who I'm using an awful lot nowadays. Probably because of my very sunny disposition, you can probably tell. Yeah. I'm going to put little citrine here. I've got tiger's eye as well. The two are just going to sit there. Little globules of sunshine. And the yellow of the tiger's eye. Of gentle, warm summer light. And the piercing directness of the tiger hunting. Thank you once again. Scooch in a little bit closer. Retain your posture, retain your presence in the room. Remember yourself. Remember yourself. You're grounded here. We're going to put an end to those anxious thoughts. We're going to renew your sense of duty. We're going to overcome these inconveniences that you are putting yourself through on behalf of the so-called greater good of society. Maybe you're going out to vote, but you don't really want to vote. Maybe you're going out to do jury duty when you don't want to, but you know it's the right thing to do. When you're doing what you believe is the right thing to do in spite of these anxieties, we're going to soothe them. We're going to let your solar plexus flow. Alright, okay, so my hand's still here, just above your hip bones. And my thumbs just on either side of your navel. I want you to take yourself off, maybe to a courtroom, or the line for the ballot box. One of these events where you're herded like cattle or sheep with your fellow man and woman. It might be a nightmare. You may feel like it's steamrolling the self. How could you possibly retain a sense of self here? It's very simple. It's very simple. Because this little flame here is reaching out. This bright light is shining like the sun, willing to encompass everything. Up here, you're thinking about negotiating these people. What you have to do, your communication, your thinking. Down here, groin, you're thinking, fuck, run away, run away, run away. I repress this. I do not want to be with these people. I do not want to be with these people. I am not one of these people. I want to go back to the woods. I want to go back to the woods. I want to go back to the woods. I want to run away. I want to run away. But here is reaching out. It's pulsing. It's pulsing. It is pulsing. It is a light. And these inconveniences, they are its lens. Alright. They are the lens. And you are the light. They are the lens. You are the light. They are the lens. And you are the light. It will focus you. It will refine you. These inconveniences, they are asking you to present yourself to the world. They, without you, have no purpose. You, without them, have no form. You are shapeless. You are floating photons. What these inconveniences do, what these moments, these calls to duties do, is focus you into a beam. They might focus you into a heat ray. They might cut you apart into rainbows. Either way, they will make something beautiful. And you have to trust this. They will make something beautiful. From yourself. My hands are warmed up somehow. Yeah, good. Good. So we've established then that they are the lens and you are the light. Good. Very good. That will be our mantra, combined with this prevailing sense of okay, this heartbeat of okay, let it bend me, let these situations bend me. Any situation can bend me and I will not be broken. I am light. I cannot be broken. I shine through all things quite happily. These things are as transparent as glass. They are things that will pass. But I am the one light, eternal. Got some good vibrations for you now. Sit still.
They are the lens. I am the light. 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 Transparent as glass, the moment will pass, but I am the one light eternal. Transparent as glass, this moment will pass, but I am the one light eternal. Transparent as glass, this moment will pass, but I am the one light eternal. They are the lens, and I am the light. They are the lens. They are the lens, and I am the light. And I am the light. They are the lens, and I am the light. Transparent as glass. This moment will pass. But I am the one light, eternal. I am the one light, eternal. Because I am the one light, transparent, eternal. This moment will pass. I am the one light, eternal. They are the lens, and I am the light. They are the lens. I am the one light, and the one light, eternal. I am the one light, eternal.
Okay, good. Remembering your breathing from the diaphragm. Full-bodied breathing. It's okay. Remember your posture. Straight back. Good. And I want you to remember this. When you're faced with life's inconveniences, when you're faced with calls to duty that you would not otherwise adhere to, when you find yourself under certain social pressures, just remember this, that it is your light through the lens of the situation. That is all that matters. Make it appropriate to you. It doesn't matter if it's happening on the scale of a small little party or if it's happening on the wider global scale of events, if it's nuclear war, if they're just about to nuke the whole fucking thing from orbit. It doesn't matter. It matters only in the context of you and your light. If you take anything away from this session, it's that. Make it a part of you. Bring it in to yourself. Make it a part of yourself. Make the lens and the light as one, a single streak of light. And if you're voting, good luck. I'll admit that my own faith has been waning in the electoral system as of late, as I'm sure a lot of you might feel. But it never wanes in the light of each individual soul.